Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to be racing the brand new Mazda Demio that they have just added into the game Gran Turismo Sport, the racing simulator. And today we are just going to be racing this Mazda Demio at Willow in stock form. Real circuit race number one, we've got 103 horsepower. Mind you, that is in a 2,400 pound car. So, we're going to see how well this thing does today at Willow, facing these AI drivers. Coming around number one here, staying in fourth gear. I have got my foot on the throttle all the way, not letting off, just letting off a little bit there to go into this turn. Not much is happening, man. This thing is underpowered and feels pretty slow. Right off the bat, though, I will say that the handling does remind me of some of the other cars in its segment. It feels kind of like a smaller Ford Focus, if I'm allowed to say that. Maybe some of you will want to slap me on the wrist for saying that. But downshifted in third gear, coming around this next corner here, struggling, and I mean struggling, to try and catch up to our opponents in front of us. Coming up on this corner here, this is when we have some room to floor it and drive. Still in third gear, we are going full throttle, just bringing up the rev range there, getting some different angles of the car. Getting close to finishing our first lap here at Willow. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to drive this car in its stock form first to see how well we could place and the kind of lap time that we would get in stock form in a 2,400 pound car with 103 horsepower. Almost gonna be going off track there, but we kept it. We kept our shit together. Going across the line, and there we are. Okay, so that is our first lap time. Not terrible, but pretty damn slow. This time we tried shifting down into third gear for that turn there. We definitely had a little bit more speed picking up. Fourth. Downshifted back into third. Maybe should have just stayed in fourth there. But what I wanted to do was kind of just play around with this car with the gearing ratios, because with a car that's this small and this lightweight and this slow, you really kind of have the room to do that. I mean, I don't think we are catching up to those guys anytime soon. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe we can catch them around this bend, or at least get a little closer. The BMW is pulling away. We're going to see what we can do in this corner here. A lot of the AI drivers tend to brake a little early, but we're going to just tuck back in behind the Focus ST, but I have a feeling they're going to pull away. Yep, they are pulling away like it's nothing. Mind you, we are doing pretty good lap time-wise. Coming around this bend, might be able to catch a place or two. Right now we are sitting in dead last. That is 16th position, coming on lap 2 at Willow. This track is great for practicing on any car, any platform that you wanted to modify, or even if it's just stock. This track is great because, even if you do kind of go off course, it's pretty forgiving in the sense of, you're not going to smash your car into any walls or anything like that. Jumping ahead, lap 3, I am right behind the Toyota MR2, just tailing that and the BMW. Taking a look behind me, seeing that Focus ST, it feels good to not be in last place, I will have to say. Passing the MR2, actually, on the left. Seeing what I can do. I am full throttle right now, and man, third gear is slow in a lot of these, smaller front-wheel drive cars, but this is exceptionally slow with the Toyota MR2 passing us on this bit of road here. However, mind you, I think it is so entertaining to drive a car like this, and, yes, it's underpowered. Yes, it only has 103 horsepower, but for what it is, I mean, this is a small, oh, just giving that MR2 a little love tap there, nothing major. This is a small economy car, you know, that Mazda has just come out with a brand new facelift. The car looks amazing. Honestly, it handles great. I would say that it, you know, it's not on par with the Civic hatchback that I've driven in this game and that I have driven in real life, but I would say that it's similar. I think you're going to have to work a little harder in the corners, but that could just be due to the nature that that car, the Civic, sits a little bit lower. This naturally wants to sit a little bit higher, especially within this stock form here. You know, we've done nothing to the suspension. This car is 100% stock. I mean, I haven't even touched the power to weight ratio. Everything is right when you buy this car from Brand Central. Coming up here on our 4th lap, we are sitting in 13th. Gonna try and hold this position as long as I can. Almost thought I was gonna overshoot it there. Jumping ahead, we finished 13th in our stock form. Now we are going to test our built, I'm calling it quote-unquote built Mazda Demio, Mazda 2. You guys, this car's limit is now 176 more horsepower than what we had before. Yes, 276 horsepower. We have also done a bit of weight reduction. We've got it down to 2,100 pounds, I believe. You can pause that sheet right before this portion of the race started and check over the suspension details. We have lowered it, messed around with, you know, some of the other suspension components and stuff. Nothing too crazy. Didn't really do a whole lot of research there. Just wanted to see what I could get out of a little more horsepower. A little more, mind you, it's more than double what it made, but already, what a difference. Just gonna overshoot it there almost, because getting used to this car here with, you know, another 170 more horsepower, it's a totally different beast. When you've got 276 horsepower in a 2,100 pound car, you can pull off moves just like that. I mean, that was, passing that Lancer there, that was ballsy, I will have to say. All right, coming up, passing that Civic Type R. We are already in 8th place, not even finished our first lap. So I assume you can tell the difference here. I mean, we can go head-to-head with this, you know, WRX STI here, seeing if he'll let us pass. Yep, there's a lot of space on the right, so we're going to take that. This car is pretty quick. One thing that I do wish Gran Turismo Sport would let us work on is how to modify it. Mostly because I would love to see how this car is making that power, how we are adjusting the suspension components, you know, the tires. All right, lap 2 coming up on this Genesis. Going to see if we can sneak by him on the right. We can. I am just attacking these corners right now, and you will see in just a second I brake way too late and go off course a bit. I wanted to include that because, you know, we're still getting used to this car, still getting, you know, driving it, but that's why I love Willow so much, because it's great for beginners like me, and you can go off course a little bit and just get right back on. Luckily, that wasn't too bad. We didn't lose our place, and we still managed to have a good lap time, a faster lap time than the one before. Coming around this last bend here. Can we catch up to 4th, 3rd, and 2nd? We'll see. Those are some pretty quick cars ahead of us there. Our wheels just touching the dirt there a little bit. This lap is pretty fast. We're going to see how it compares to our other ones coming up in just a bit. Turn 1. Slowly seeing that yellow car just up ahead of us there. Jumping ahead, we get to pass him, taking this corner as best as we can, trying to focus a little better on our lines here. At this point in the race, I am focusing on basically seeing if I can change up my gearings, and you can see that I kind of messed that up a little bit there, but trying to take these corners a little bit differently. This one, a little more safe than last time. And I think that's going to help out our lap time in the long run as well. All right, we are just going to go full throttle, pushing it. Fourth gear, getting higher in that rev range. You know, in the stock form, I don't even think I touched fifth gear, but now here we are flooring it in our Mazda Demio. This car is quick, I have to say. This car, you know, should run this course pretty respectfully. And this is my first time driving it on this track. Here we are approaching. Yep, we're going to be able to pass on the right. That's great. And I think this might be our fastest lap time. That's great. I believe that, yeah, 132. You know, that is pretty respectable for a car in this class. Getting close to this Lambo here. Let's see what we can do. Oh, that was sketchy, but you know what? We made it. Just attacking these corners here, trying to pump out a faster lap time for you guys. I can try stuff like that and kind of get away with it when it comes to, you know, these AI drivers and testing out these cars. We're in second position. That's impressive for a car like this. I don't know if anyone has ever really modified these to this extent, but it would be super interesting to see how it stacks up and compares to other cars in its class, in its segment. I know that in my Civic Type R hatchback, I think I run a 132, a 133, probably even a 130. But that is another comparison video for another day. Here we are in our final lap. Coming up, seeing if we can catch up to that first place, but I'm not too sure. That guy is just hauling ass. Skipping ahead, we're going to come across the line on our final lap at Willow. Race 1 on the real course laps, 134. So our fastest time being 132. Quite a significant difference from the stock Mazda that we drove. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. Enjoy.